and welcome to another Robcast, Revenge of the Nerd podcast. Hey everyone, it's me, Rob Suchetto. I am the inventor of zombie portraits, artist, and overall pop culture guru and lover of all things pop culture. Hi guys, I'm back, and it's February, so that means another movie review, and this time it's one of those 3 movie reviews. Last time I did 2, and that was Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage. I love this snakeskin jacket. Anyway, today I'm going to be doing the 3 Punisher movies, and I've got 2 of them right here. The 80s one I do not have. It's very hard to track down through regular channels. I'm not really a big fan of buying things online. I know that sounds crazy because everybody does that now. But I've just had really bad sort of luck with it. Things taking so long, and now it's obviously even worse. Current day, where we are now, where I'm actually filming this video right now, we're in a pretty shitty position globally for deliveries and stuff like that. So I can't imagine buying things online is going to be any easier now. Anywho, enough with that, and right into the review. So the first Punisher was done in 1989, and that was a Dolph Lundgren Punisher. Dolph Lundgren Punisher, man. Weird movie because it was basically just another sort of like Death Wish type flick, mainly because to me, like it was a Punisher movie in name only, because the Punisher did not look like the Punisher. Yeah, Dolph Lundgren dyed his hair black, and he actually had like black 5 o'clock shadow like painted on his for his muzzle, and by the looks of it anyway. It was weird because he didn't have the skull on his chest, on his shirt, on his bulletproof vest or whatever he's wearing. His gear didn't have the skull. Like, that's the only thing. Like, if I went out for Halloween as the Punisher, I'd be wearing a skull shirt, and I'd have some guns with me and boots or whatever, and you go, "Oh, Rob, you're the Punisher." Like, even me, looking the way I do. The cheapest costume ever, man. But no, a movie couldn't do it. Somebody explained that to me, and you know what? I looked online, and there was no actual explanation for the Punisher not having the skull thing. So, that was weird. As a movie, though, it was just a regular sort of like revenge movie. In this one, he's an ex-cop whose family was gunned down by the mafia. They call it the mafia. Louis Gossett Jr. is in it. Jeroen Krabbe is the main villain. There's like this Oriental Asian what I don't know what the proper term I guess Asian woman. I guess saying Oriental is in bad taste now. I don't know. I don't get out much, man. I don't know what the common term would be now, but I'm thinking Asian. So yeah, I've heard the word Asian in like commercials on shows and stuff, like Filthy Rich Asians and stuff. So I guess that's what it is. Anyway, there's an Asian lady and like a sort of Yakuza, I guess, outfit that's like more villainous, but Jeroen Krabbe, and you'll know Jeroen Krabbe or Crab or whatever is the actual pronunciation of his name is, from The Fugitive. The Fugitive. That's where I recognized him basically first, from The Fugitive. He was like the bad guy, the ultimate bad guy in The Fugitive. So I love The Fugitive too. Jeroen Krabbe was great in that. So he's the sort of main villain here. Louis Gossett Jr. is kind of his, partner that tries to get him to come back to the other side of good and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's not a great flick, man. Like, it's not, it's serviceable, but it's like, it really has nothing to do with the Marvel it's it's done by a different studio. It's not like Marvel. Marvel didn't really have their hands much in it, so there was not a lot of comic book, nods or Easter eggs or anything that was really comic booky in that one. Plus, it's old, man. Like it's fairly old now. It's '89, so that's a fairly old flick now. Like it's over 30 years old. So yeah, not fantastic. The second movie, or the second attempt at the Punisher, was the 2004 version with Thomas Jane, who I love. Thomas Jane, he's awesome, man. Like in The Mist, man, try not to cry at the end of that movie, man. Try not to have at least a lump in your throat at the end of that movie and like, oh, there's something in my eye, man. Yeah, they're like, he's awesome. He's a great actor, man. Like, he doesn't get that much credit, though. Like, he's very underrated. He doesn't get that much stuff. He doesn't do that much stuff, or doesn't get that many, starring roles or whatever. But he's great, man. He even had a bit part in Arrested Development that was hilarious. I just want my kids back, man. So, yeah, it's, he's great in this. John Travolta, man, I'm not a huge fan. Like, I just find him, like, too wacky, like, he doesn't, I don't find him like a serious threat. So, but that notwithstanding, there's a lot of other fun stuff in here. Kevin Nash from wrestling, because he's been in WWE, WWF. Like he's been in so many different WCW. He's been in so many different wrestling promotions that he's from wrestling, man. So he plays a great villain, a minor villain. Has a cup of coffee in this one, and it's actually quite. And this is a real comic thing, man. This is a comic Easter egg. In a Garth Ennis written storyline, this Russian monster guy, this huge guy who basically Kevin Nash plays, is in the comic, and he's called the Russian, and he's got the striped shirt and everything. So I thought that was really interesting, having that nod to the comics, and especially a Garth Ennis written character put in there. There's a weird character in there that comes in. And it's Frank Castle, it's Thomas Jane sitting in a restaurant, and this guy comes in, like it seems like a scene out of Desperado or something. He comes in, he opens up a guitar case and starts playing the song on this guitar, while everyone's sort of like looking, and he's like staring right at the Punisher, and then he talks to the Punisher, leaves, and the things happen. But it's a weird scene, man. And that's probably writers coked up going yeah, put that in, and they eventually got in or something. I don't know. It seemed like one of those scenes. It seemed like really weird to be in that movie. It seemed like something absolutely from a Robert Rodriguez movie, like a Desperado type thing that you'd see. So El Mariachi, man. So it was really neat and really bizarre at the same time with the Kevin Nash thing and then that thing. Also, Roy Scheider is in this. He plays the Punisher's dad, and an interesting note to dwell on here. The difference here, the Punisher here is a special agent, whatever that means. He's an undercover agent at the beginning, but a special agent, I don't know really what that entails. His whole family gets killed in this, and I mean his extended family, everybody's dad, all these relatives and all this, because they're at this family get together and everyone gets killed, man. They send a hit squad and everyone gets off, man. So Punisher's got a lot of work to do. So yeah, great. This is a great one. I really like this. It's obviously way more comic booky than the first one. This was an actual Marvel joint, in terms of Marvel had a lot more influence in this one, so it's way more Punisher-y, comic booky than the first one for sure. What else? What else with this one? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, you know what? The Kevin. There's a little aside there. Kevin Nash actually got stabbed in the fight scene. In fact, you can see on the back of the case. There's you can. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little part where you can see them fighting in there. There's Kevin Nash there, and they're fighting. So he actually got stabbed in IRL in real life, but it was okay. He was fine, obviously. It wasn't too serious, but yeah. So the fight's pretty brutal, man, and it's a very interesting thing. Also, Rebecca Romijn. I don't know if she was Stamos at the time, but Rebecca Romijn is in this. If that holds any interest to you, I'm a huge fan of Rebecca Romijn. I always have been. I always thought she was great. I thought she was great in the X-Men movies too. Everything I've seen her in, I've really enjoyed. Obviously she's beautiful, sexy, and all that stuff, but she's a great actor. What did I see her in recently? I think it was like The Babysitter. No, it wasn't The Babysitter 2. It was some kind of thing that had involved like Satan worshipping and stuff like that, kind of tongue in cheek. But it was like a horror movie, but kind of like a funny one. But anyway, she was in that. That's probably her latest role, because that's a brand new movie. But she still looks great, and she carries herself very well. She's great in this movie too. So now the third one, Punisher Warzone. This one is actually the name of a Punisher comic, Punisher Warzone. This one is great. I love this one. Ray Stevenson is in this. Ray Stevenson plays a super badass Punisher, man, and especially his gear is awesome. It almost looks like he's wearing bomb squad gear. Like he's got that high collar sort of thing, they put the bomb squad helmets on and that, and they've got everything covered there. He's got like wicked armor in this. Obviously the skull is back too, like the last one, like the Thomas Jane one. So yeah, it's great. This one is super violent, man, like mega violent. In fact, there's a part in this movie where a friend of mine and I would watch it. I think we watched it a couple times. The first time for sure, there's a part that's so like shockingly violent and like completely like you don't see it coming at all. And I don't even think the actor opposite Ray Stevenson knew it was happening. And it's like this ultra violent thing that happens. I'm just gonna tell you, a guy gets his head like blown right off, man. Like shot in the face, his head is blown like right off, and it's in front of a kid too. Like Punisher's got like a kid holding a kid, and he just shotguns this guy's head right off. And the other actor, like his reaction, he's like, "God damn it, Frank!" And he just explodes in like he just didn't see it coming. I don't think it looked like, man. But every time I've watched that with my friend, we've like cracked up, because, and I watched it again and I laughed because I forgot about it too. And when I saw it coming, I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Punisher blows up a guy in midair, man. He's doing some parkour bullshit, and he's like jumping from a building to another building, and he like shoots a rocket at him, and the guy explodes in like midair. So fantastic, man. Super gore. This movie, guys get their heads blown up. This movie almost seemed like it was like directed by James Wan or something, a traditionally horror movie guy, but he's doing an action movie. This is what that movie seemed like. The Punisher Warzone is fantastic. Lots of comic book nods in here. There's Micro's in this. So anybody who reads the comic book, and Micro's played by the fantastic Wayne Knight. Unfortunately, he passed away. Not too long ago, maybe 5-6 years ago. You would know him as Hello Newman from Seinfeld. So Wayne Knight plays Micro in this, which is great. That's another great nod to the comic. There's the Detective Soap, which is another nod to the comic. There are a lot of, in fact, Oh, I forgot to mention. Yeah, Dominic West is in this, and he plays Jigsaw from the comics. Traditionally a Spider-Man villain, but in this, like they actually create Jigsaw in this, which is kind of cool. the comic book sort of lineage stuff is really interesting to see. I just love the pace of this movie. I thought it was a lot quicker. Got to the point. Lots of gritty violence, lots of gritty just in general, very like a lot darker than the other two. Even this one, I thought this kind of dragged a bit to get into the origin of him. I don't think you need to see that. All you need to know is it's a revenge story, man. He was an special agent, cop, blah, 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 whatever. In the comics, he's a Vietnam vet, because, that was, like, he first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man 129, and that was, like, the 70s, so it was plausible that this Punisher guy was, like, a soldier of fortune or a Vietnam vet, who, was, like, in Soldier of Fortune. Like, I don't know if any of you individuals out there remember Soldier of Fortune magazine, but you can literally go in there and hire a mercenary, man, like, to get things done. It was like the A-Team, man. Again, old reference. But with this, a lot grittier and a lot truer to the comic, or at least a lot more comic book references in this one. And the last line of the movie is great, and it kind of sums everything up. Watch it, man. It's very good. I recommend watching all three. You know what? By today's standards, man, like a lot of movies that we thought were shit 10 years ago are now like gold compared to the stuff that's being put out now. Honestly, in my honest opinion, I've got a ton of like streaming service channels and all that shit, and I watch that stuff, man, and honest to God, I can't get my head around it, man. It's just there's just so much crap. There's so much crap. How do you find the jewels in the crap, man? Like, it's very difficult. These movies are good on their own, but again, compared to the stuff that's being pumped out today for streaming services and that, they're gold. The first one, man, if you can find it, it's really not the best. I don't know. It really downgrades itself by not having the Punisher have the bloody skull on his chest. Like, for God's sakes, I'll never understand that. That's the most insane thing. It's like, yeah, it's a Flash movie, but he doesn't run in it. Yeah. So, something like that. Or what was the one Superman pitch that I heard? We want to do a Superman movie, but he doesn't fly in it. Like, come on. It's unfortunate that sometimes these movies get commandeered by dipshits in Hollywood that don't know, that have never read a comic. And here's this, man. I don't care if you've never read a comic. Brush up on the goddamn character, figure out what it's all about, then proceed. Like, don't just go, oh yeah, I've always had this idea for this, I'm going to put it in this movie. What is it? The Punisher? Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a giant mechanical spider in it. Like, shit like that, you know what I mean? And that's one of those traditional Hollywood, mishandlings of movies. And especially, it's fans, man. Like, fans have been behind this shit for decades. And you can't just come along and commandeer it, make it a shit movie, and then go, oh, it didn't do that good at the box office, or it didn't do that good. Yeah, it didn't do that good. It didn't do that good. It's because of you. It's not because of the Punisher. It's not because of the comics. It's because of you. You're these studio like guys do that, and it's unfortunate. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse, man. Every once in a while, you'll see like a diamond in the rough, man. You'll see something good in a sea of shit. But it's very rare now, man. Like, look at the last 3 Marvel movies. Yeah. So, things aren't fantastic in the world of comics right now as they relate to movies. So I would definitely recommend these guys, like these for sure. The one in '89, not so much. It's fun to see Dolph Lundgren, sort of like dreamily like lumber through that movie, but he seems stoned throughout the whole thing. But these 2 movies I would definitely recommend. I love them both. I watched them recently too, so it's not one of those things where, in fact, what I do too when I review movies, I review them fresh again, because I don't want sort of like that sort of fond the memory of that movie to sort of creep in and you know, change my thoughts on what the movie really is. These movies were a lot of fun to watch, and yeah, man, it's The Punisher, you know. So yeah, great movies, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to end the reviews now, and I implore you to please check out my Patreon page. New zombie and bonus points, new zombie and bonus posts on there all the time. Zombie art every single day of the year, man. 24/7, man. It's all there's new zombie stuff on there every day that I do. Now there's bonus posts that like just my regular art, like landscapes, like highly detailed celebrity drawings and things like that. This video, in fact, will go on my Patreon page as a bonus post. I posted something earlier today, and this will be a bonus post that will go on as well. So please check out my Patreon page. I will leave the link in the description below. Please give me a thumbs up for this video if you like it. If you didn't like it, thumbs down it, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'll try to do better next time. Leave comments, man. Let me know what you think of these. Please subscribe to the channel. All of this stuff is free, man. You don't have to pay anything for this stuff. If you'd like to throw me $1 a month on my Patreon page, I'd be forever in your debt, man. I would really appreciate that. But everything else is just out of the goodness of your heart. If you could just, you know, give me a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel, that would be absolutely awesome. Guys, best wishes, love. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again next time. All right. Take care. Bye now.